winter roof assessment with no obligation. Our treatment restores flexibility and strength to your shingles, adding up to 15 years of life to your roof. And right now, you'll get a free roof tune-up with your Roof Max treatment. We'll bring your roof out of winter better than it went in.
I got it. The new Rat Chat AI. It's really smart. Ask it anything. Let's see. What's the snowbird report for today?
What's that?
That's AI, animal intelligence, to be exact.
I'll tell you what's actually intelligent. It's the Snowbird Report on WTOV 9.
The Snowbird Report, sponsored by Cedar One Group, CA House Music, and First Choice America Community Federal Credit Union.
Well, if you were late getting to your TV or device at the start of this game, you missed an action-packed 7 minutes and 2 seconds to start. 14-12, 58 seconds remaining in quarter number one. Rich Donnelly, this game has just gone back and forth and has just been an exhibition of two really good basketball teams that are used to playing against each other, don't particularly like one another.
Yeah.
And it's been fun to watch so far.
Yeah, Wheeling Central, they're down 12-2. They're not going to be intimidated by a crowd by playing on a visitor's floor. They've been through this. They've played teams like Monroe Central, Big Red already. They've already been through this. They're not going to panic.
That Big Red game, the second closest margin of victory they've had this season. They beat Steubenville by 10 in the Todd Calavota Holiday Showcase in Toronto at the end of the year. And then most recently against Monroe Central, another defending state champ, only beat them by 6 in Monroe County, 66-60. Missed 3. Central goes the other way with a chance to tie it or take a lead. Eli Sancombe leads all scores with 7. 3 ball from the far side. Wedge between the rim and the backboard, no good. Offensive rebound, Max Oliage. Back up top, Luke Sancombe. 27 seconds. Riley Taylor, corner 3. No good. A rebound by Shalakam. And there goes Linsly.
Yep, with a good steal.
Ball batted away by the Maroon Knights. 15 seconds first quarter. No look. Corner. Oliage from Sancombe's too strong. Rebound. And a triple team. Eli Sancombe. 7 seconds. Handoff. And we're going the other way. Another offensive foul.
Moving
on
screen.
Wheeling Central, their second of the first quarter. This one on Nico Cusick. His second foul, team fourth. And Linsly's going to have 5 seconds to go the other way.
Yeah, that was a good pancake block here. It was pretty nice. Boom.
Which is ironic because Cusick, the quarterback on the football team, not an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
5 seconds left first quarter. And they're going to sub Nico Cusick out of the game because he's got 2 fouls in this first quarter. Checking in, Levi Ryan, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Njai, jumper, Njai, no good. And that's the end of the first quarter. An action-packed first quarter, which the home squad leads by 2 through the first 8 minutes. It's 14-12. We've got a good one, and we'll be back on Bordas and Bordas High School Hoops.
Weather in the Ohio Valley can change
in an instant. The Severe Weather Team 9 app will help you plan and prepare.
Before weather threatens, access storm tracking, interactive radar, and your FutureCast.
Use Follow Me tracking to know exactly how the weather will affect you right where you are.
Every day, every season, every condition on every platform.
Download the Severe Weather Team 9 app today and be prepared before weather threatens.
A new podcast where timing is everything. It's what separates those who follow culture from those who shape it.
Don't call it a comeback.
Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, reunited, not on the court, but behind the mic.
We want to bring a lot of worlds together.
And it's just love, man.
Cousins with Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady.
Cousins, new episodes every Wednesday.
At the end of the day, it's when you finally pause, but the news doesn't. While the day winds down, News 9 is everywhere. In your neighborhoods, online, and in the moments that matter. Gathering the stories that shape your night and preparing you for what's coming tomorrow. At the end of the day, the news doesn't stop, and neither does News 9. Everywhere for you. The Bordas and Bordas High School Hoops is sponsored by Bordas and Bordas, WVU Medicine, American Consolidated Natural Resources, The Health Plan, and Presley Hearing Center.
14-12 after a quarter. Wheeling Central down by 2. Eli Sancombe leading all scorers with 7. Max Oliage with 3. Luke Sancombe with 2. 4 different cadets have scored a total 14. David Stankovic has 6. Tim Shalotkin with 4. Nolan Smith and Biram Njai each with a bucket. They've shared the wealth. They got off to a hot start, but Wheeling Central, Rich Donnelly, closed that gap at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, so hard to guard Eli. He's a guard with the ball. Then when the ball's shot, he becomes a rebounder. So if you're going to guard him, you got to guard him out at the top of the key, and then you got to guard him in the lane.
Naheem Shepard into the ball game for Wheeling Central, a
Beautiful
freshman,
pass.
and then Riley Taylor, a junior, makes a 3, and Wheeling Central's got its first lead of the ball game, 15-14. Njai up top. Remy Chawson in for Linsly, a turnover,
and
a
pass.
baseball pass ahead to Max Oliage from the left to Eli Sancombe. Back up top, and the Knights reset. Quick pass. Sancombe, another corner 3. Check that. Oliage, a corner 3, no good. Linsly, a rebound. Remy Chawson handling the basketball, the senior guard, into the game for the first time tonight.
Wheeling Central, man-to-man, they're switching on it.
Kenneth Tagu in as well, number 10. 3-ball Chawson, too strong, almost went in. Whistle and a foul on the floor as Tagu hit the floor. It's going to be on Wheeling Central, and it's going to be on Riley Taylor.
Yep.
First foul of the quarter, his first of the game. So Linsly catches a break. They miss a 3. Central had the rebound, but a foul away from the basketball gives the Cadets another chance at it here. Down 1. They're off to a, 10-2 start in this game?
They got to hit some of these outside shots to stay in this game.
Tagu drives baseline, collision, whistle, and that's a charge.
Yep.
Great job by Riley Taylor, who had the foul away from the basketball. Makes up for it there by taking the charge.
Right.
Keeps those feet set.
Linsly has switched now on Sancombe. He's so hard to guard because he brings the ball down the floor almost every time, and it's just hard to stay with him, and he does that right there.
How about that pass? To Max Oliage, who finishes at the rim. He has 5. No look from Eli Sancombe. These numbers don't lie. 31.9 points per game, 12.3 rebounds per game, 7 assists.
And he accounts for about 50 points a game, scoring and passing.
3-point advantage for the visitors. Knocked away by Luke Sancombe, but Dom Fato, who checks in for Linsly, stays with it. Chawson, behind the back dribble towards the elbow, and that's a good take. Remy Chawson, the senior, into the scoring column for the first time tonight. It's back to a 1-point game.
Yeah, if you're playing with Eli, you better keep your hand up. There's a push foul. Yeah, you better keep your head up because he's going to find you if you're open.
Second on Kenneth Tagu. He's got both team fouls for Linsly in this second quarter.
Yeah, Tagu switched now. He's on Sancombe, following him all over the floor. He and Smith are going to be tired tonight.
Another 3 from Taylor. Too strong. A good hustle play by the freshman Shepard, who hits the deck, and a foul's called at 5:40. It's going to be on Linsly's Dom Fato, his first team third, and 2 minutes and 20 seconds into this second quarter, Linsly's got 3 team fouls.
Yeah, they got to be careful now. The thing, like I say, the thing in guarding Wheeling Central, it's almost hard not to foul them because they're so active near the hoop.
Luke Sancombe, the trigger man underneath the Wheeling Central basket. He averages 12 points a game. Njai jumps the pass and picks it off for Linsly. Njai with a burst of speed and draws a foul at 5:33 second quarter.
I think they got Eli on a push. Yep.
You are correct. That is the first foul on Eli Sancombe, the second team foul on Central this quarter. And 4 cadets check into the ball game. It's Shalotkin, Stankovic, Boner, and Smith. The only cadet that remains on the floor is Dom Fato.
Yeah, when you're playing fast-paced like they are, you have to almost play 7, 8 guys all the time.
First-year head coach Bubby Goodwin spent the last 5 seasons as an assistant. Jackson Boner drives and scores his first 2, and it's back to a 1-point lead for the Cadets. Quickly the other way, a foul on Linsly as Luke Sencombe drives to the rim.
Yeah, Eli, he sees, like I say, I keep repeating, but he sees the floor so well. Even from 90 feet away, he sees the floor.
No more fouls to give for Linsly. That was the 4th team foul. Second personal for Dom Fato. It was a shooting foul, so...
That's going to be a big factor here because Central can shoot the foul. They're a really good foul shooter, starting with Luke and his brother.
Luke Sencombe now 9 for 10 from the charity stripe this season. What would you consider a good team free throw percentage?
Probably somewhere between 65 and 70, something like that.
Well, Wheeling Central's 75%.
There you go. That's A+. Look at this move.
Up and under Eli Sencombe.
He'll shoot 2 more.
They're up 1 after the ACNR free throws from Luke Sencombe. The Linsly foul, you'll see it here on the replay.
There's that spin move, so hard to guard. And he's either going to get an and-1 or he's going to get a 2-shot foul. And unless I jinx him, he's usually deadly from the foul line.
There he goes. Now 3, 4, 5 from the charity stripe. Sencombe, Eli Sencombe with 8 points.
And then you watch him play all game and you look up at the 4th quarter and you go, oh, he's not doing that well. And he has 37 points. That's just the kind of player he is, but he's such a good passer. I'm almost more impressed with that. At the next level, I think he'll even be a better passer because he'll be stronger and he'll have a lot of good players around him that could shoot.
21-18, it's a 3-point lead for the visitors. Nolan Smith from Mason Liebelt inside to Shalotcombe, who gets the contact fadeaway to fall. Tim Shalotcombe, their leading scorer, averages 12 a night. He's got 6.
Smith back on Eli again, pocketing him 90 feet.
Taylor.
And Eli.
Guard, Eli a 3.
He goes and finds the ball. There's a foul on 14.
Stankovic, the junior, hauls in the rebound. He's number 14 for Linsly. Number 14 for Central, the guilty party. That's his 2nd and their 3rd team foul. Central's already in the bonus. Linsly's got 5 team fouls this quarter. Wheeling Central with 3. They're up by 1, but it's Linsly basketball. Fato. Bounce pass inside. Shalotcombe almost went out of bounds. Had to go back up top to Fato. Back inside to Shalotcombe.
Nice pass.
Good pass, but he can't finish. Rebound Eli.
That was tough and then a foul.
And he's fouled underneath on the rebound. He'll head to the line. That's the 6th team foul on Linsly this quarter.
Tim Shalotcombe, his 2nd.
And they fouled the wrong guy.
And Shalotcombe, his 2nd. I'll tell you what, I mean, if you're Bubby Goodwin, you can't be happy with the team fouls so far. So they've got 8. 4 guys with 2. And 2 starters with 2 fouls.
The thing about them, when you play aggressively like they are, you take the chance that you're going to foul. And you can't have it both ways. So I'd rather the guys go ahead and play hard. If they foul them, they foul them.
Eli Sencombe now with 10. Shalotcombe, Boner, Fato, and Tagu each with 2 fouls. As Shalotcombe checks out and J.D. Maulana checks back in for Linsly.
See if Coach Goodwin, I know he wants to keep this gettable in the first half. They don't want this thing to get away from them. And like I say, Wheeling Central, they can put a flurry on you real quick.
Eli Sencombe 6 for 8 from the ACNR free throw line. Central up 3, looking for more.
Good steal by Luke.
A transition situation. Luke to Eli. Jumper, good. He's got 13.
They only had 3 guys on him that time.
25-20. Largest lead of the game for Wheeling Central. Linsly at one point in the first quarter was up by 10. Over halfway through this 2nd period of play, 15-0. Wheeling Central visiting their rival Linsly. They beat them by 16 at home a couple of weeks ago. And Stankovic tries to stop the bleeding with a 3-ball there. He leads Linsly with 9, back to a 2-point game.
Yeah, Wheeling Central went to a zone there, and that's exactly what Linsly has to do. They have to hit some outside shots, like I say, to stay in this thing. Look at this pass.
Three ball, Luke Sanko. Got it.
Yep.
He's got 7. Luke Sanko, the junior, shoots at 50% from three-point land. 6-point lead for the Maroon Knights. No, 5. I can't add. It's 28-23.
Smart player. Takes good shots. He's an excellent shooter.
Another one from Stankovic from deep off the backboard. Nothing else. Rebound, Brodegard. And Central's going to slow it down. Looking for their largest lead of the night are the Maroon Knights. Leading it by 5. Eli's got 13 of their 28. Almost 16. Three ball, no good. Rebound by J.B. Maulana. And back over.
Turnover right there.
So Wheeling Central as the basketball went out of bounds underneath the basket to our right. There's Bobby Goodwin in his first season as the head coach of the Linsly Cadets. Again, spent the last 5 seasons as an assistant under Dave Wojcik. Wheeling Park alum, quite the player for Wheeling Park as far as the history of Wheeling Park basketball is concerned. The only 3-time first-team All-State selection in Class 3A for the Patriots in their program's history. Shot from Sanko, misses everything, and a rebound by Njai.
Good job by Linsly there on Sanko.
Stankovic quickly the other way. Contact, foul. Is it a charge? No.
Block.
Blocking foul on the Maroon Knights. Is this on Riley Taylor? It is. That is Taylor's third. 4th on Central here in the second quarter. We'll take another look at it.
He'll have to come out.
That's a good call. Kind of leaned into him.
Yeah.
Stankovic.
See if Linsly can knock down these 2 free throws here. Real important if they hit him.
Stankovic has the first one. He's into double figures now with 10. Taylor out. The freshman Naheem Shepard back into the ball game, averaging 3.5 points per game. Anytime you can see the floor as a freshman,
that's something else.
Especially with this program. Second one from Stankovic is good. He's got 11. Again, the free throws presented by American Consolidated Natural Resources. 28-25, 2:13 and ticking here in quarter number 2. Oliash patient with it. Eli working inside. Smith fell down, got back up. Shepard with it.
Nice move.
Inside, scores. Max Oliash, he has 7. It's a 5-point game, 30-25.
Yeah, you stop Sanko from getting the ball, and then boom, you have other guys that contribute. That's a killer.
Njai over to Stankovic. Near the rim, ball batted away. Good hustle play by Linsly to keep it.
Nice.
3 ball from the corner for Mason Liebelt. He made 5 of those and had 15 points the last time these two teams played. The sophomore gets it back to a 2-point game. Driving in is Eli Sanko. Will head to the line. A blocking foul, says referee Michael Lee. 1:12 to go second quarter. The Linsly foul.
Yeah, he'll shoot 2. He's so hard to guard in that lane. He has so many moves. Then if you stop him, he has that fall away, that Dirk Nowitzki fall away, and you can't block it because he's so darn tall.
First on David Stankovic. First one from the line for Sanko connects. 7 in the first quarter, 7 in the second quarter. He's got 14 of his team's 31.
Like I say, he glides around. You don't know how many points he has, and we'll be sitting there in the fourth quarter. He'll be up around 35 or 40.
The average is 32 a game. I believe the number in the last game, well, the last time we did this matchup here at Linsly, at 47.
Yeah, I saw him against Big Red, scored a 50, and it was just ridiculous is what it was.
32-28, 1 minute left in calf number 1. Liebelt's 3, too short. Rebound for Central. They trailed it at the end of the first quarter by 2. 14-12. They're up to 32-28 here in the second. Oliash knocked away. Shepard with it. Jumper, no good. Rebound, Kenneth Tagu.
Let's see if Linsly wants to hold it or not. Nope, they're firing.
3 ball by Njai, no good. Offensive
nice rebound.
Stankovic and a putback
Beautiful.
is good. 6'5" junior has 13 points. 32-30.
You don't want to foul here. Just make him shoot a bad shot if you can. He's going to hold the ball till the end, make a move in the middle.
12 seconds. Tagu on Senko. Shepard, 7 seconds. Back to Senko, 5 seconds. Baseline, Eli up and under. No good. 2 seconds, 1 second. Heave off the backboard. No good. If you wonder why we televise this game every year, it's because it's always entertaining and it's always close. Wheeling Central up by 2 at the break. We'll go over the halftime numbers and we'll go over the road ahead for both of these teams when we come back.
I'm Colton McKivitz, Ohio Valley native, WVU alumni, and pro ball player. Someone who's pushed my body to its limits, I know the importance of quality recovery. WVU Medicine offers strong, community-based physical therapy programs to help people regain strength, mobility, and confidence. Whether you're bouncing back from surgery or recovering from an injury, their teams are available at locations across the Ohio Valley to build a customized care plan just for you. WVU Medicine, quality care, close to home.
News 9 is everywhere, and now so are you. The WTOV 9 News app keeps you connected instantly. News now. Weather now. Traffic right now. Alerts before you know and go. Breaking news, community events, your favorite hometown teams. Everything that matters to the Ohio Valley right in your hand. It's simple. Search, download, open. Now you know how to stay in the know anytime, anywhere. News 9 is everywhere, and now you are too. Download the WTOV 9 News app free right now.
We're not here to sit still. We're here to learn, to grow, to move forward and lead the way. Contact Central Catholic High School today to schedule a visit and learn what it means when we say, Knights to the front.
Back here inside the Stifel Fieldhouse, a 2-point game at the half. 32-30. Wheeling Central scored 20 in the second quarter. Linsly scored 16. Let's go over the first half numbers. First for the Central Catholic Maroon Knights, again, lead it by 2. They're led in scoring by Eli Sancombe. He's got 15. Luke Sancombe and Max Oliash each with 7 points. Riley Taylor with a triple in the second quarter. That's the scoring so far for Wheeling Central. For Linsly, much more in the scoring column as far as players are concerned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different cadets find the scoring column, led by David Stankovic, who's got 13. Tim Shalotkum has 6, and Mason Liebelt has 3. Nolan Smith, Remy Chauson, Jackson Boner, and Biram Njai, each with 2 points. That's how the first half shakes out in the scoring column. We'll take a look at the road ahead for both of these teams when we come back on the halftime portion of this Bordas and Bordas High School Hoops broadcast. Linsly down by 2 at the half to Wheeling Central.
At American Consolidated Natural Resources, every team member plays a vital role in our operation. We are a company where leadership listens, hard work is recognized, and career growth is part of the plan. You're not just starting a job, you're building a future that helps power communities across the nation. With strong pay, top-tier benefits, and long-term security backed by decades of reserves. Apply online today, and let's get to work.
AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions, we execute fully integrated campaigns that turns awareness into action, placing your brand exactly where your audience is. From hyper-targeted digital to the impact of streaming and audio, we connect brands to consumers with what they love in real time. Partnering with us means more reach, more precision, more results. Tap, scan, amplify. And let's make something extraordinary happen. AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions. One partner, endless possibilities.
Celebrate St. Patrick's Day while helping to fight cancer.
Sign up now for the Pat Campbell Fighting Cancer 5K, presented by Crossroads North River.
Get ready for a fun, faith-filled race walk event along the scenic Ohio River Saturday, March 14th in Toronto.
All proceeds benefit patients with unmet needs throughout the Ohio Valley.
Register today by scanning the QR code on your screen or at fightingcancer5k.com. Families undergoing cancer treatments can also apply for financial assistance on the website.
Welcome back to the Stifel Fieldhouse, 32-30, Wheeling Central, a 2-point lead at the half. Let's now take a look at the upcoming schedule for No, that's not this portion of the halftime. First half highlights for this one presented by the Health Plan. Linsly hanging around Rich Donnelly, but when you're Wheeling Central and you're 11 for 13 from the free throw line, that bodes incredibly well for what you can do later on in this contest as well.
That's been the difference so far. I'm really impressed with Linsly's offense. They've been able to score from the field against one of the best teams around. Wheeling Central, they get to the foul line a lot because they're so good underneath. Sandcombe, he'll probably end up shooting 15 fouls during the game. Right now, that's the difference.
That was the first half highlights presented by the Health Plan. We will take a look at the road ahead for both of these squads when we come back. 32-30 at the break here inside the Stifel Fieldhouse.
My name is Patrick Storr, and I'm a physical therapist with WTOV Medicine. A lot of people in the Valley have the misconception that you need to leave the area to get a good joint replacement. I've been a physical therapist in the Valley for 32 years. I've rehabbed countless numbers of total knee, total hip replacement patients. The techniques that they use here are just as advanced as anyone else, and the outcomes. That's what I look at as a therapist. The outcomes are just as good, if not better, than anybody else.
I'm Jamie Bordas. At Bordas & Bordas, we don't just get great results for our clients, we also understand the 21st century. Your time is valuable, and you may find it hard to schedule an appointment with a lawyer. That's why you can go to our website and start the process 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We'll review your initial inquiry and get back to you quickly. Check it out at bordaslaw.com.
Bordas & Bordas, fighting for justice.
(32-30), Wheeling Central leads it by 2. They're 15-0. Here's what's on the docket for Mel Stevens and the Maroon Knights. A matchup with Oak Glen on the 20th. They travel to Logan on the 21st. On the 27th, Washington on the road against Clarksburg Notre Dame on February 28th, a Saturday. Their last regular season matchup before tournament time. Linsly's upcoming schedule when we come back.
There's nowhere else like the Ohio Valley.
Even the winners are unique.
Severe weather Team 9 is everywhere and will help you get through it.
More slippery road conditions likely extending into Wednesday morning. We can't change the weather, but we'll keep you prepared.
And look at the conditions. They are absolutely horrific out there on these roadways.
Anywhere you are, wherever you're going to be.
Before the first flakes fly and the roads freeze, trust the Ohio Valley's winter weather experts. Severe Weather Team 9 is everywhere.
News 9's Jeff Exline is more than the Ohio Valley's weather expert. He's also passionate about cooking.
We're cooking up a storm.
Now you can see a different side of Jeff, cooking up a storm on the WTOV9 YouTube channel. A video podcast series where Jeff takes you on culinary adventures for easy and delicious dishes, special guests, fun, and entertainment. WTOV9 is cooking up a storm on the WTOV9 YouTube channel. Sponsored by West Virginia Northern Community College Culinary Arts Program.
We're not here to sit still. We're here to learn, to grow, to move forward and lead the way. Contact Central Catholic High School today to schedule a visit and learn what it means when we say, Knights to the front.
Okay, yeah, Linsly, they have one more game. They're going to play a team called Run the Show Prep. That's their last regular season game, and for Linsly, this is their state championship game. We'll be right back.
The National News Desk is America's News Now.
Impactful news now.
About 30% of fatalities are because of alcohol-related crashes.
From nearly 4,000 local journalists across America.
Locally covered, nationally connected. The National News Desk is America's News Now.
Weeknights at 11 on Fox 9.
Spring spring arrives, the flowers grow as life comes back in a vibrant glow. The days of summer are long and fun beneath the warm and happy sun. In fall, the leaves turn golden red, a joyful sight that fills my head. And when winter comes, we bundle tight to watch the snowbird report, a welcome sight.
No matter what the season, trust the severe weather experts on WTOV 9.
Sponsored by Joe's Tire, Bill's Towing, and Ferguson's House of Furniture.
AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions, we execute fully integrated campaigns that turns awareness into action, placing your brand exactly where your audience is. From hyper-targeted digital to the impact of streaming and audio, we connect brands to consumers with what they love in real time. Partnering with us means more reach, more precision, more results. Tap, scan, amplify. And let's make something extraordinary happen. AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions. One partner, endless possibilities.
The Bordas and Bordas High School Hoops is sponsored by Bordas and Bordas, WVU Medicine, American Consolidated Natural Resources, The Health Plan, and Presley Hearing Center.
Third quarter time inside the Stifel Fieldhouse. Jack Hillgrove, Rich Donnelly. If you're Linsly, Rich Donnelly, down 2, they were off to a hot start. How do they replicate the early portion of the first quarter here to start this third period of play?
Keep doing what you've been doing. You know, they have to shoot a little better, but their offense has been okay. They've scored underneath, surprisingly, against this taller team. And they have to, of course, stay out of foul trouble. You can't put this Wheeling Central team to the foul line. Like you said, as a team, they're 75%, which is kind of ridiculous.
2 starters with 2 fouls, Tim Shalotcom and Jackson Boner. It's Linsly basketball to start this third quarter. Shalotcom underneath, back out, 3-ball, Stankovic. In and out, rebound Eli Sancombe. Almost committed a turnover, but was able to stay with it.
Got caught up in the air. They bailed him out.
Eli Sancombe, 15 of his team's 32 in the first 2 quarters of play. Averages 31 points a game, so I guess he's on pace.
Yeah, Smith hawking Sancombe, but he has his hands full because he's a guard, and then he goes down and posts up.
Oliage, a 3 from the corner, and that works. Max Oliage with 10, the second Maroon Knight into double figures. In this one, it's a 5-point lead. Boner driving towards the middle, knocked away. Eli Sancombe now in transition. Sancombe with leverage. Basket no good.
He'll draw the foul,
called. He'll head to the free throw line. 1 minute exactly into this third quarter.
That's what you call drawing the foul. He leaned into the defender. We'll show it on the replay here. He leaned into the defender, and they're always going to call the foul on the defensive player because he's moving.
Sancombe was 4 for 4 from the stripe in the second quarter. Make it 5 for 5 into the third now. He's got 16. Free throws presented by American Consolidated Natural Resources.
And he's such a great shooter. The ball rotation is almost perfect.
17.
And little brother has the same rotation. He's just not quite as tall as Eli.
37-30. Wheeling Central out to a 5-0 run to start this third quarter. Shalotcom trying to stop the bleeding over Brodegaard. No good. Rebound Eli Sancombe.
There's the look.
How about that pass? Oh,
There's
my goodness.
The look.
A
wow.
dime to Nico
Beautiful.
Cusick.
That's
his first 2 points. Normally, it's Nico Cusick throwing dimes on the football field. On the receiving end of one there, and it's 39-30, largest lead of the game for the Maroon Knights. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. It's 39-30.
If you're a former or active coal miner who's worked or is currently working in an environment exposing you to potential breathing hazards, schedule your test for the Black Lung Clinic at WVU Medicine Reynolds Memorial Hospital today. Call 304-843-3307 to stop black lung from stealing your time.
I'm Jamie Bordas. At Bordas & Bordas, we don't just get great results for our clients, we also understand the 21st century. Your time is valuable, and you may find it hard to schedule an appointment with a lawyer. That's why you can go to our website and start the process 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We'll review your initial inquiry and get back to you quickly. Check it out at bordaslaw.com.
Bordas and Bordas, fighting for justice.
weather in the Ohio Valley can change.
In an instant, the Severe Weather Team 9 app will help you plan and prepare.
Before weather threatens, access storm tracking, interactive radar, and your Futurecast.
Use Follow Me tracking to know exactly how the weather will affect you right where you are.
Every day, every season, every condition on every platform.
Download the Severe Weather Team 9 app today and be prepared before weather threatens.
Attention all active and former coal miners. If you worked or are currently working in an environment that exposes you to potential breathing hazards, a screening for respiratory health problems is recommended. Call WVU Medicine Reynolds Memorial Hospital at 304-843-3307 to schedule a screening today.
7-0 run to start this third period. Rich Donnelly, the last bucket before the timeout. Nico Cusick, but how about this pass?
Unbelievable. You know, if you're playing against him, your defensive guards have got to get back. I mean, you give him a lot of credit, but the guy's open. You have to get back on defense when this guy gets the rebound because he's looking down floor immediately.
7.2 points per game for Eli Sancombe this season. Leads the team in that category. Rebounds, points per game, and steals. 38 steals on the season. 39-30. It was 32-30 at the half, so a 7-0 run for the Maroon Knights to start the third quarter.
And if there's a category for smarts, he's in that too.
Jackson Boner, the first 3 points of the game in this second half for the Cadets. Come from beyond the arc. Boner now with 5. It's 39-33.
Crucial point in the game. 6-point lead. You can't let these guys blow you out. Stay in the game.
Standing room only in that far corner of the Stifle Fieldhouse. This thing is packed to the gills. Cusick, a jumper, too strong.
Nice rebound.
Shalotcom, a rebound. That Linsly student section, most of them dressed in white on the left side of the screen. And the central contingent, lively as well. 39-33, Shalotcom. Brodegard over pursuit, but comes up with a block.
Beautiful block.
Eli.
There's that move. Wow.
You can't guard it.
You can't guard it.
He does so many things well in transition with the basketball. The hand-eye coordination is elite.
You stop one move, he puts on his other move. That was a Euro step and another step. And then he has the fallback. Then he has the swing. And if you do that, he passes to a guy underneath.
Boner heating up from beyond the arc. Jackson Boner, back-to-back triples. He has 8. 5-point game, 41-36.
Keeping it within reach. They got Smith back on Eli, chased him all over the place.
Luke Sancombe, a floater off the back end of the iron. Rebound, Shalotcom out of bounds. We're going the other way. It's Linsly basketball, but
yeah.
Did the ball go out of bounds before
yeah.
Linsly attempted to save it?
It must have hit the line.
Regardless, it's cadet ball. Bira Menjai bringing it across the timeline. Guarded by Nico Cusick. Boner driving. Back up top to Stankovic. Inside, Shalotcom, who had 6 points in the first half. Smith. Back inside. Ball loose. Stays in play. Smith around Sancombe.
Nice pass.
Good pass.
Beautiful.
And a finish for Tim Shalotcom, who's got 8.
Great look. Great bounce pass.
3-point game, 41-38. Linsly has answered. Fell down behind 9. Gave up a 7-0 run to Central to start the third quarter. They're back down by 3. 3-ball too strong from Oliage. Brodegard offensive rebound. His putback fails. And it's a Linsly rebound for Jackson Boner.
Good job on defense. Made him take fall-away jumpers. That's what you want.
And a foul as Linsly will inbound it underneath its own basket. Luke Sancombe, I believe.
Luke on a grab.
The guilty party. It is his first, team first. Second foul of the quarter. Linsly had one earlier in the third period. Stankovic inbound. Smith.
Try to get it out of that corner before they lose it.
Njai with it. Excellent ball handler, able to get it back up top.
Wheeling Central so long, it's hard to get a pass in the middle of the floor. They got 3 or 4 guys that really have a big... real wide with their hands.
How about that play? Eli
Beautiful.
Sancoma steal, keeps it in bounds, has it in transition. Underneath. Behind the back to Steven Brodegard.
Wow. That's why he's going D1 right there, folks.
No look, behind the back, bounce pass, 5-point game. Njai, jumper, good. He had 2 in the first. His first basket since then, 4 points. It's 43-40. Linsly has answered.
That's going to be a candidate for play of the game. Unless he does it again.
Oleaja 3.
Another hook pass.
There it is. Eli Sancoma, another assist to Max Oleaja,
timeout,
who now has 13 points. And the Maroon Knights are going to call a timeout and think some things over. Up 6, 2:38 left in the third quarter. Another look at it here, presented by WTOV Medicine.
How'd he see him?
That's
Unbelievable.
Awesome. That is a very good play.
Unbelievable.
High IQ, elite Division I.
Unbelievable.
Play.
If we could, I'd like to say hello to 2 of our biggest fans in Wintersville.
Go for it.
Avila and Nico Paris. They're watching tonight back in Wintersville, 2 of our biggest fans.
Well, thank you for watching. However you're watching us tonight, live on Fox 9, live across any of our digital platforms, YouTube, Facebook, our website. Regardless of how you're consuming us tonight, we appreciate it. Bordas and Bordas High School hoops from the Stifel Fieldhouse. It was a 2-point game at the half, 32-30 in favor of the Maroon Knights. Wheeling Central jumps out to a 7-0 run to start the third quarter, and Linsly has since controlled it. They're down by 6.
Yeah, and I said it before, Linsly only has 1 more regular season game. This is their state championship game. Wheeling Central, of course, has the road ahead of them for the tournament in Charleston, but for Linsly, this is their state championship tilt.
They fell at Wheeling Central earlier in the season, 74-58. A 2-possession game entering the fourth quarter of that one. Back on the 6th. As Wheeling Central's, or check that, Jackson Boner, another 3-ball. His third this quarter, he's got 11.
Yeah, it'd be a good idea to guard him. He's hot, man.
3-point game. As I was saying.
Now they're double teaming Sandcombe now, but he'll go get the ball. Watch, he'll come and get the ball. They were trying to double team him on the throw in, and he got the ball back, and there he goes. And there's that lean in again.
Put back, good in the foul.
And a foul.
And 1. Eli Sancombe with 21.
Well, I've been watching him all year. There's nobody around here that can guard him. 1-on-1, 2-on-1. You can't guard him. You just can't. Sorry.
We'll see the foul. Here's on Jackson Boner.
Yep,
his third.
He leans in.
And that's unfortunate for Linsly because he's hot from 3, but that's his third personal foul, and Bubby Goodwin's got to take him out of the game.
Yep.
Second team foul on the Cadets, and 1 for Sancombe is true. He has 22, 6 points.
Like we said, fourth quarter, we'll see how many he has. I say there's a bad shot there.
Njai doesn't get it to go. Sancombe a rebound, a 6-point advantage for the Maroon Knights. Eli inside.
Another foul. They'll take that out of bounds. He almost tried to shoot that thing. He's tremendous at spinning with the ball on either hand.
Biram Njai, the guilty party, his second team third. And Luke Sancombe will inbound it underneath the Wheeling Central basket. Cusick and Sancombe on the blocks. Brodegard and Oleaja in the corners. Bounce pass inside. How about another good look to Steven Brodegard?
They pass extremely well.
He has 4, 8-point game. Stankovic trying to get him back into it. His 3-ball can't go. Brodegard a rebound. 1:25 left here in this third quarter. Screen from Luke. Eli, the floater, nothing but net. He has 24.
Folks, just watch and enjoy. You won't see a guy like him for a long time.
10-point lead for the Maroon Knights. Njai inside draws the foul at 1:08. 53-43. Wheeling Central, the 10-point advantage. The Maroon Knight foul is on Nico Cusick. That's his third. Second team foul this third quarter for the Maroon Knights. And Njai will try a pair from the ACNR free throw line.
Yeah, Sancombe, he does things that no one else does. and that's why it's you don't see it.
First one from Njai is nothing but net. He's got 5. Cusick's going to remain in the ballgame with 3 fouls. 3 new cadets check in. It's JB Mawalana, Mason Liebelt, and Dom Fato. Second one is good from Njai. He has 6. 53-45. 68 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah, they pick
Third
up,
quarter.
They pick up Sandcombe right there, but he can get the ball over off anybody because he's so darn tall, and then he causes you to foul him.
Kenneth Tagu guarding him very closely, and another foul. Again, we talked about this earlier, Rich, when you are so aggressive guarding the ball handler, on-the-ball fouls, off-the-ball fouls, they're going to happen. And Kenneth Tagu, the guilty party, his 3rd, team 4th.
Yeah. I mean, they have so many players that can do so many things. They aren't one gate players. They all can do. They can shoot. They can pass. But I think their passing is the best thing they do.
Brodegard on the wing, fakes the handoff to Luke Sancombe. The corner, Naheem Shepard, the freshman.
Whoa.
3 ball too strong. A whistle away from the ball. Another foul. Looks like Central's going to keep it. The Linsly cadet foul with 47 seconds left in the third quarter.
That's 5. They'll shoot 2, I believe. If that's their 5th foul.
Yeah, that's the 4th on Tagu, and it is the 5th foul. So it looks like whoever got fouled, it wasn't Shepard. He shot the 3. Is it Sancombe?
Sancombe.
It is. That's.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
No, you don't.
This is automatic.
25. "12 for 14 from the charity stripe is Eli Sancombe.
Wow. I mean, Linsly's playing as probably as well as they've played all year. Done a great job tonight, and you look up and they're down 10.
26 for Sancombe. 2 more from the ACNR line. Another foul. This time it's on Wheeling Central as Remy Chauson was handling the basketball. It's on Shepard, his first, team 3rd. It's only 1 more foul to give for the Maroon Knights. 40 seconds to go here in this 3rd period. Mawalana guarded by Riley Taylor. Liebelt made 5 threes the last time these 2 teams played. Ball out of bounds, and it'll stay with Linsly. Eli Sancombe knocked it away and tried to say it's off 24. Referee Clay Manning says, Inbound for the Cadets, Chauson. And they go back up top to Dom Fato. 26 seconds. Fato
Tough
inside,
shot.
long 2, no
Tough
good.
shot.
On the run, the rebound for Eli. Guarded by Mawalana. Crossover dribble. Looks like they're going to hold for the final shot. 10 seconds. Eli Sancombe clearing everybody out. Takes the screen from his brother. Drives. Kicks to the corner. Taylor a 3. Yes, sir!
Yes,
Riley Taylor as the 3rd quarter expires. Wheeling Central leads it by 13. 58-45. Wheeling Central trying to blow it open in the 3rd period. 1 more quarter when we come back.
My name is Dr. Mark Hoffbauer, and I'm a foot and ankle surgeon with WVU Medicine. We saw a lot of advances within our profession with regard to how we treated athletes, especially from the surgical techniques like lateral ankle stabilizations and how we fixed fractures in athletes and how the biomechanics of how these people get hurt and how their foot functions. They're aggressive and wanting to get back, and so you can work with them on their protocols to get them where they need to be. So I've always enjoyed that part of it.
A new podcast where timing is everything. It's what separates those who follow culture from those who shape it.
Don't call it a comeback.
Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, reunited, not on the court, but behind the mic.
We want to bring a lot of worlds together.
And it's just love, man.
Cousins with Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady.
Cousins, new episodes every Wednesday.
At the end of the day, it's when you finally pause, but the news doesn't. While the day winds down, News 9 is everywhere. In your neighborhoods, online, and in the moments that matter. Gathering the stories that shape your night and preparing you for what's coming tomorrow. At the end of the day, the news doesn't stop, and neither does News 9. Everywhere for you.
The Bordas and Bordas High School Hoops is sponsored by Bordas and Bordas, WVU Medicine, American Consolidated Natural Resources, The Health Plan, and Presley Hearing Center.
Not every day you can say a member of the National Football League is in attendance in your high school basketball game, but we can say that tonight. Linsly alum, Dallas Cowboys special teamer, CJ Goodwin in the house here at the Stifel Fieldhouse. You talk about a journey to the pinnacle of your sport. CJ Goodwin fought his way onto practice squad after practice squad, found a home with the Dallas Cowboys, and has been there ever since.
Yeah, he's a credit to his family, to the Valley, to the school, and just a tremendous guy. And I'm hearing he's like the captain of those Cowboy special teams.
Oh, yeah. 58-45, Central up by 13. They won that third quarter 26-15. And a travel on Central. It'll be Linsly basketball to start this fourth quarter.
Like I said, they can put a flurry on you real quick. I've seen them do it. They've had 15-0 runs all during the year. This game here was close, and all of a sudden, boom, they're up 13, and they could add to that very easily.
Pair of guys in doubles for the Cadets. He's one of them. Jackson Boner with 11, missed that three ball. The other, David Stankovic, he has 13. Foul on the rebound. It's going to be on Linsly. Nolan Smith, that's only his first, and the first foul of the final period.
You see now they're going to double team Sandcombe when they throw the ball in. But what he's going to do, they're going to bring another guy down, probably his brother, give him the ball. Then Eli goes and gets the ball. It's just so hard to guard.
And they go quickly into the forecourt. Eli to Max Oliage to Luke Sanko. And through the lane goes Eli, and up goes Eli. The shot no good, gets his own miss, and able to get a shot back off. Almost went in, no good. A whistle and a foul at 7:04 left fourth quarter. It's going to stay with Central, this Linsly foul.
And they're tough on the offensive board. They got three guys about 6'3", 6'4". Very hard to keep them off the offensive board. They get second and third shots all the time, and that either turns into a hoop or turns into a two-shot foul.
Nolan Smith on the foul. It was a shooting foul on Stephen Brodegard, who had the putback attempt. So Brodegard tries a pair from the line. First one good. He has 5 on the season. Stephen Brodegard now 3 for 8 from the ACNR free throw line. Put his team up 15.
Ooh.
Not quite the shooter's roll. Close, though. So Brodegard 1 for 2. 59-45. Stankovic spins.
Nice move.
Kick to the wing. Three ball. Smith in and out. And a rebound for Max Oliage. $26 points for Eli Sancombe.
Another great move.
Almost 28. Shot no good. We're going the other way. A foul on, I believe that's Max Oliage for Wheeling Central over the back.
Yeah, you get to watch him enough. It's like disappointing when he doesn't make a shot.
First foul this quarter on the Maroon Knights. First foul on the game for Max Oliage. 59-45. Linsly down 14 with the ball.
Wheeling Central back in a little zone now. And that causes you to stay on the outside. You got to hit in the middle. Try to get in the middle.
They were looking that way with Shalotcom, the 6'5 senior, has it underneath. Put back no good. And a rebound.
And the look.
And an outlet.
And the look.
Cusick from Eli.
Another.
Layup good.
Another assist.
He has 4.
And those assists are all worth at least 2 points and sometimes 3. Like I say, he scores 30-some, but he accounts for 20 more. So he accounts for 50 points a game no matter what he does.
Boner driving baseline, kick to Liebelt.
Nice move.
It's a good pass and a good finish for Mason Liebelt, the sophomore. He's got 5, 61-47.
If you saw right there, that was a made hoop. Eli took the ball out of the hoop, and the first thing he did was look down floor. They get fast breaks off made hoops.
3 ball too strong by Max Oliage. Cusick tried to save it.
Good hustle.
Out of bounds, Linsly ball.
And these guys have played together for a couple of years. They know one another. That's what makes it so tough to play against them. They all know where each other is on the floor.
Boner, nothing but net. Jackson Boner, his 4th triple of the game. He's got 14, 61-50.
Look at this move.
And one. With a couple of fist pumps, because that was really good. Eli Sankom's got 28 first points of the quarter. Another look at it here on the WV Medicine replay.
Watch this move. He uses his hand, jumps in, complete control off the glass. And he'll go to the foul line for, what is this, 30th foul shot tonight?
Close, 29th.
And he's made them all.
He's got 29 points. I'll get you an exact number in a moment. It's gonna take a moment to tally them. He's made 14. He's 14 for 16 from the line.
That ain't bad.
That works. 3 ball from Liebelt, no good. But a rebound. Enjon, too strong. Oliage tracks down the miss. 4.5 to go in this one. 14-point game. Sankom drives, and he's fouled as he dribbles baseline. 4:25 to go in this final period of play. It's going to be on Mason Liebelt, his first, team third.
You know, the thing about him too, Jack, when he goes to college, he's going to put on 20 pounds. So all these great moves he has underneath, he's going to be stronger. And I think he'll be able to do it in college the same way. I don't know if he'll score 30 a game, but he's going to be a scorer in college. We know he's a passer, but I think he can be a scorer in college.
And for those of you wondering, Liberty, not the, a power conference team, but right now they're 22-3. As Luke Sankom drains a triple, he has 10.
Wow.
Where Big Brothers go, and they're 22-3 and 14-0 in Conference USA play.
That ain't bad.
And
that was a steal by Luke. And a great pass by him. It runs in the family.
Yes, it does. 31 for Eli, 69-50, the largest lead of the game, and a timeout on the floor. 31 points for Eli Sankom, 69 for his team. They lead it by 19.
At American Consolidated Natural Resources, every team member plays a vital role in our operation. We are a company where leadership listens, hard work is recognized, and career growth is part of the plan. You're not just starting a job, you're building a future that helps power communities across the nation. With strong pay, top-tier benefits, and long-term security backed by decades of reserves. Apply online today, and let's get to work.
I'm Jamie Bordas. At Bordas & Bordas, we don't just get great results for our clients, we also understand the 21st century. Your time is valuable, and you may find it hard to schedule an appointment with a lawyer. That's why you can go to our website and start the process 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We'll review your initial inquiry and get back to you quickly. Check it out at bordaslaw.com.
Bordas & Bordas, fighting for justice.
We're not here to sit still. We're here to learn, to grow, to move forward and lead the way. Contact Central Catholic High School today to schedule a visit and learn what it means when we say, Knights to the front.
The Maroon Knights have blown it open. 3:55 to go, 69-50. Wheeling Central leading it by nearly 20 points. Almost half of the Maroon Knights scoring tonight done by number 11, the future Liberty Flame.
Yeah, they're like a fighter, like a 10-round fight who just keeps jabbing, doesn't knock you out, jabbing, and at the 9th round, the guy's up 9 rounds to 1.
Mel Stevens and his squad on their way to 16-0 on the regular season. Defending state champs in Class AA, and they're expecting to repeat. That is the goal. Jump ball, it'll stay with Linsly as Boner drives the lane and forces the tie-up.
Yeah, I don't know who in their class can handle them, but they're going to be a handful from here down to Charleston.
And above all else, you know, winning last year aside, this group has a ton of experience playing in that arena.
Right.
In addition to knowing what it's like to cut the nets down. 3-ball from Chauson, nothing but net for the senior Remy Chauson. He's got 5. Yeah, we were talking a little bit about where Eli's headed, Liberty University. They're 14-0 in Conference USA play this year, 22-3 overall. And Liberty, no stranger out of bounds, Linsly Ball, to recruiting this area, this, part of the state in the Panhandle. They've got Caden Matheny, their second leading scorer from Morgantown. He went to University High, so I'm sure there's some familiarity there from Eli's perspective.
One of Liberty's alumni, everybody knows him. One of our dear friend Sid Bream was a Liberty alumni, and great school. They've another 3.
Dom Fado, his first points of the night, back-to-back triples for the Cadets. And here they go.
Well, they tried. Eli saw him, but they overshot him. He was at the 5. He threw it in the end zone. But that's the thing about him. When he rebounds, the first thing he does is he looks down the floor. A lot of kids get the rebound and hold the ball. With him, you better get back on defense or he'll burn you.
Bobby Goodwin's squad not going down without a fight, trimming into the deficit. They trailed it by 19 a few moments ago. Back-to-back threes. It's a 13-point game.
They've actually played really well. They haven't shot the ball great in the second half until recently. But, they've done about everything they could do to hold this bunch down.
Smith, layup too strong. Cusick the rebound. Pass almost jumped by Njai. But Sancombe stays with it behind the back. I mean, come on.
You're seeing stuff that you're never going to see for a long time. You probably haven't seen it before.
71-56. Chauson, jumper, good.
Nice. I give Lindsay credit, man. They're staying in it as long as they can. They're triple teaming him now.
Handoff off the screen from Taylor. Sancombe in the corner draws the double.
Smart timeout.
And a timeout called by Mel Stevens and the Maroon Knights with 2:12 to go. 71-58. Wheeling Central again on their way to 16-0. Linsly and Bobby Goodwin's squad trailing it at home. There's CJ Goodwin again in the house tonight. Dallas Cowboys special teamer. Played for the new Steelers head coach, Mike McCarthy. For all 5 years, McCarthy was the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. We got a chance to talk to CJ when McCarthy got the Steelers job to say, hey, what'd you think of him?
Yeah.
Glowing endorsement. He had nothing but good things to say about Mike McCarthy when he played for him in Dallas.
I've heard all good things about him. I hope he can turn it around here, get some players, and get them back on top where we're all used to having them.
And his childhood best friend, the owner of one of my favorite establishments on the south side of Pittsburgh for chicken wings, Archie's on Carson Street. Yeah. Archie and Mike McCarthy go way back. 2 minutes to go.
2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes.
They're going to run the clock off here. Look for an opening.
And Sancombe draws the foul after waiting for an avenue down the lane to travel with the basketball.
The thing I like about him, too, when during the game, if the other guys get in trouble, he goes and gets the ball. He doesn't, throw it to me. He goes and gets it.
No more fouls to give. So Sancombe heads to the line. That was the third on Nolan Smith. And Eli rattles this one in from the American Consolidated Natural Resources free throw line.
Does that give him his average, Jack, or pretty close?
Hey, it eclipses it, 34.
That's all. I told you fourth quarter we'd said that, they've done a pretty good job on him. He's got 34.
Oh, he's had to work his tail off tonight.
Yeah,
Linsly has not made it easy. Double teams, triple teams, the whole length of the floor.
They've tried everything.
35. $1:50 to go. Stankovic, Boner, corner three for Fado. Good ball movement and a triple for Dom Fado. He's got 6, and it's a 12-point game, 73-61.
I say Coach Goodwin has to be extremely proud of this team. They've played their butts off the whole night, and they haven't quit.
Next up for the Maroon Knights, a matchup with the Oak Glen Golden Bears at home. As Oliage is fouled near the rim, he'll head to the line for a couple with 90 seconds to go. One more game for the Linsly Cadets on the 2025-2026
Yeah, that team
campaign.
they're playing, it's like Run to the Hill Prep or somebody.
Run the Show Prep. That's here on Thursday.
I'd like to know where that's at.
I believe it's somewhere
around
in PA.
here. PA, yeah. Some of these prep schools, they got names like, that's a new one there.
Oliage with 14. They faced them last year.
This kid here doesn't get a lot of credit, but he ends up with, double figures and double rebounds almost every game. And
he's a heck of a football player as well.
Yeah.
Offensive rebound, guess who? Put back, guess who?
And bingo.
So Oliage 1 for 2 from the ACNR free throw line.
Nice move.
Put back, no good.
Nice
Boner
move.
on the other end. His shot can't fall. And Biramenjai is going to be the guilty party here on the foul with 1:15 remaining in this one.
Biramenjai is third.
Somebody's going to the free throw line because the Cadets have more than 5 team fouls. Riley Taylor will shoot a pair. First one off the back into the iron for the junior.
They said they haven't missed too many. They got to be up around that 75% mark that we talked about. Pretty close.
He's got the second one. Taylor with 7 off the bench for Mel Stevens' squad. 75-61 with 1:15 remaining here inside the Stifel Fieldhouse.
Good crowd tonight.
It always is for this
crowd.
matchup.
Yeah.
It always is a lively crowd. Both student sections very full, very lively. And anytime you get a chance to see this amount of talent on the floor, people are going to come out and watch.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, like I say, watching Willing Central is a real treat. You're seeing what a Division I player looks like. We don't have a whole lot of them in the Valley. He's one of the best I've ever seen.
35 points, eclipsing the season average of 31.9 points per game. I always would round up, so I would say 32 points a game to round up, but now with 35, again, I'm no math whiz, but the season average now up over 32 a night for Eli Sancombe.
Yeah, when you talk about kids,
which is ridiculous when you think about how many minutes are in a high school basketball game.
He's scoring
There's 32 minutes.
Over a point a minute.
Yeah.
And I can say he's accounting for almost 2 points a minute.
Yeah.
He accounts for almost 50 or 60 points a game with his passing. And that's why he can play in college, because he can pass.
He's going to make a lot of Liberty basketball fans very happy.
I mean, if you're a good shooter and you're going to Liberty, man, you got to be salivating with him going there, playing with him.
Number 1 ranked player in the state, 4-star recruit according to 247 Sports. Fado drives on Taylor, shot no good, but he'll head to the line as Riley Taylor commits his 4th foul tonight. That's the second team foul on the Maroon Knights in this one as well, with the exception of the second quarter, Rich. Wheeling Central has committed less than 5 team fouls in the first and the third, and only 2 here in the fourth. So, yeah, offensively they're playing really well, but they're playing a clean game for the most part as well.
Solid on defense. And you don't see a lot of reaching fouls. Most of their fouls are like bumps. They don't reach. but they're so long underneath they get their hands. I know a stat we always talk about is deflections, and they get 1 million of them.
Taylor checks out with 4 fouls as Fado goes 2 for 2 from the ACNR charity stripe. Levi Ryan back into the game for the Maroon Knights as Luke Sencombe is fouled by Dom Fado, his third.
Like I say, Luke, we always talk about his brother. Luke is a heck of a player. And whenever he gets done playing, whether it's high school, college, like I said, he is going to be, if he wants to, he's going to be a heck of a coach. He's just smart. Of course, he comes from a coaching family. Of course, his dad, Danny. But this kid here, if you watch him during the game, he's one of those guys that knows what's going on.
12 points. Of course, Danny Sencombe and Cal U will be in the hunt for the Atlantic Regional bracket once the D2 tournament begins. West Liberty, a big-time win over the weekend, a top 10 win over Fairmont State at home. And speaking as somebody that covered West Liberty in the national championship, 8 hours away in Evansville, Indiana, if they make the Elite Eight this year, the first 2 rounds of the Elite Eight are in Pittsburgh.
Oh, man. Perfect.
So, as somebody that'll cover that game, if they get there, I'll be happy to make the 45-minute drive downtown versus the 8-hour drive to Evansville, Indiana.
I saw them earlier this year, and they are exciting to watch. I mean, they substitute about every 5 minutes because they play full court press, and then if you don't shoot, if you play for West Liberty and don't shoot, you're coming out of the game.
Substitutions for both squads as some reserves get set to check in for Wheeling Central and Linsly. Of course, Steubenville Big Red alum Aiden Davis playing a lot as a freshman.
Doing a great job over there.
Squad.
He's doing a great job. No, they're fun to watch. And I think they snuck into the top 10 maybe last week.
Well, they were in the top 10, and so was Fairmont State.
And then they beat Fairmont, right?
Yeah, that was a top 10 matchup. As Luke Sencombe goes 2 for 2 from the line, 14 points, 79-63.
Yeah, them and my buddy Joe Lombardi up at IUP. I think both those teams are going to be contenders to get in the national tournament.
And this time next year, we'll have a local product playing for Joe Lombardi, Griffin Straub from St. Clairsville.
We'll see him next Tuesday, I believe, against Big Red.
40 seconds to go. Central up by 16 on their way to win number 16 on the season. How about a floater inside for the Maroon Knights? That's Jackson Bell. It's no good. Charlie Dong with it the other way for the Cadets. He, along with Victor Gerardo, Guilherme Almeida, Ryder Delsick, and James Sealion checking in at the end of the ball game for the Cadets. Dribbling it out is Will Weir. And over to Jackson Bell. And the Maroon Knights win game number 16 by 16. 79-63, the final score from the Stifel Fieldhouse. The Maroon Knights remain undefeated. We'll put a bow on it when we come back.
If you're a former or active coal miner who's worked or is currently working in an environment exposing you to potential breathing hazards, schedule your test for the Black Lung Clinic at WVU Medicine Reynolds Memorial Hospital today. Call 304-843-3307 to stop black lung from stealing your time.
Are you a weather nut? A bona fide weather enthusiast? I'm talking, do you have a rain gauge? Would you drop what you're doing to go storm chasing? Then the National Weather Desk is for you.
We saw rapid intensification. That cold air really piling up to the north.
200 meteorologists explain, experience, and enlighten you about the weather.
This is Severe Weather Awareness Week.
Go beyond the forecast. Watch the National Weather Desk.
News 9 is everywhere, and now so are you. The WTOV 9 News app keeps you connected instantly. News now. Weather now. Traffic right now. Alerts before you know and go. Breaking news, community events, your favorite hometown teams. Everything that matters to the Ohio Valley right in your hand. It's simple. Search, download, open. Now you know how to stay in the know anytime, anywhere. News 9 is everywhere, and now you are too. Download the WTOV 9 News app free right now.
Celebrate St. Patrick's Day while helping to fight cancer.
Sign up now for the Pat Campbell Fighting Cancer 5K.
presented by Crossroads North River.
Get ready for a fun, faith-filled race walk event along the scenic Ohio River Saturday, March 14th in Toronto.
All proceeds benefit patients with unmet needs throughout the Ohio Valley.
Register today by scanning the QR code on your screen or at fightingcancer5k.com. Families undergoing cancer treatments can also apply for financial assistance on the website.
Attention all active and former coal miners. If you worked or are currently working in an environment that exposes you to potential breathing hazards, a screening for respiratory health problems is recommended. Call WVU Medicine Reynolds Memorial Hospital at 304-843-3307 to schedule a screening today.
Wheeling Central 79, Linsly 63. The Maroon Knights are 16-0. Rich Donnelly, it was a 2-point game at the end of one. Linsly led it by 2. Central only scored 12 points in the first quarter, and then 20 points in the second, 26 in the third, 21 in the fourth quarter to really ramp it up into the second half, and they are 16-0, and they're the best team in the state for a reason. We saw it tonight.
Yeah, they lit that dynamite. It's real slow, and then all of a sudden you look up, but like we talked about Eli, he got off to a slow start, had a couple turnovers, and we said when we get to the fourth quarter, we'll be talking about his 30. And then the play of the game right there was that behind-the-back pass.
And you got to give Linsly a lot of credit. They were tenacious for the entire game, the entire length of the floor.
They did all they could do to stop him.
Linsly, again, they fall by 16, led in scoring tonight by Jackson Boner, who had 14. David Stankovic had 13. Tim Shalotkin with 8 points. Biram Njaye with 6. Remy Chauson finished with 7. Mason Liebelt had 5. Dom Fato with 8 points. And Nolan Smith a bucket in the third quarter. For the victorious Maroon Knights of Wheeling Central, Max Oliage and Luke Sancombe with 14. 7 points for Riley Taylor. 5 points for Stephen Brodegard. 4 points for Nico Cusick. And a 35-piece for number 11, Eli Sancombe.
The best, I can say the best around here.
Rich Donnelly, always a pleasure. We'll do it again next week for Steubenville and St. Clairsville. He's Rich Donnelly. For the rest of our hardworking WTOV9 production crew, our producer and director, Stephen Graby, I'm Jack Hillgrove saying goodnight and so long from the Stifel Fieldhouse. Wheeling Central winner, 79-63.
Weather in the Ohio Valley can change
in an instant. The Severe Weather Team 9 app will help you plan and prepare.
Before weather threatens, access storm tracking, interactive radar, and